Hello, my name is Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV. Today I'm going to be discussing the two vehicles, the two cars that I bought here in the Philippines so far in my 11 years here. The first 3 years that I lived here, I just rode my bicycle. I didn't even purchase a car because I didn't really need one. And actually, you can get by here in the province of Aklan without a car. Transportation, public transportation is actually decent. We have jeepneys, we have tricycles, and for long distance, they have vans. They call them L3 vans here that you can take, like from Kalibo. You can go to Katiklan to go to Boracay. It'll probably take you about an hour, hour and a half on the van. But after 3 years of being here, Dazzle and I, we were like, well, if we get a car, that would be nice because we could travel more. It'd be easier to travel. Before that, we would ride the bus. They have what they call here a series, CERES series bus, and those you can take for long distances. That we've taken those series buses from Kalibo to Iloilo, and it would take 5-6 hours. And it's pretty inexpensive. You can travel for like 300 pesos, 400 pesos each, so not bad. So you can get by without getting a car. But once you decide to get a car, I just wanted to share my experience. The first car that we bought, it was 2014, and we bought a 1998 Honda Accord. So the car was already 16 years old. So I was expecting, well, it'll probably have some issues, because it's not a new vehicle. Because at the time in 2014, they didn't have car dealerships yet here in Aklan. We didn't have a single car dealership, so you really couldn't. You're stuck just buying a used car. And here in Aklan province, there's not a lot of used cars because we're an island. We're away from Manila or Cebu. So there wasn't really a lot of selection at the time when I was looking for a used vehicle. So I spent about $3,000. And then the Honda Accord that we bought, it started having problems like the air conditioning wouldn't work right. So here in Aklan province, since there's no Honda dealership, it's hard to find someone that can fix it correctly. So I just had so much problems with the air conditioning. I don't think we ever got it to work. So we were driving around for a while there without AC. So, and if here in the Philippines, it's hard when you have air conditioning in your vehicle because it's hot here. It's hot in the Philippines. So as far as getting a used car, I would not recommend it. If anything, that was probably like the worst decision I've ever made here in the Philippines, is buying a used car. Maybe if you live in a big city, maybe if you live in Manila or Cebu, you can get away with buying a used car. But here in the province, it's just you're asking for trouble if you buy a used car here, because once you start having problems, like the AC was the first problem, and then it started having electrical issues, and I just couldn't find a good mechanic that could fix the issues. So the good thing, we ended up buying the motorbike, because we didn't even drive the car that often anymore until we were able to sell it. And I took a loss when I sold it because I had bought it for $3,000 and I end up selling it for like $1,000, because I've told the guy that was buying it, hey, I have all these issues with it, do you really want to buy it? Because I didn't want to like pass on my problems to another person. So he got a big discount from when I bought it. Finally, we decided, after all the problems we had with the Honda Accord, we just decided, hey, we'll just save our money and then we'll buy a new car. So we, for a while there, we just had the motorbike. We didn't have the Honda Accord. We didn't have a car anymore. So we got by with the motorbike fine. Then finally, in 2018, November 2018, they finally had a dealership here, a Toyota dealership here in Numancia opened up a year or two before 2018. So finally there was a Toyota dealership, so you can buy a new car. So that really worked out that Toyota dealership opened. So we went to the Toyota dealership. We bought a 2019. It was November 2018, but the 2019, the model 2019 had come out already. So we bought the 2019 Toyota Wigo automatic transmission, and it was the total price was 643,000 pesos, and that's about $12,800. I really didn't want to finance it because here the financing, you would have had to put 20% down and then the rest you pay in 60 months. But the interest rates here on cars are high. So I really didn't want to finance it. So we decided to pay cash for the car. And then by paying cash, we also got a little bit of discount. It was like a 10,000 peso, about $200 discount. In order to purchase the car, you had to put down a 20,000 peso, like a $400 reservation. And the reason for the reservation fee, since we're Aklan province, we're in Panay Island, we're away from, the car will actually come from Manila. So they have to ship it here, and that shipping actually costs. It's an added cost to you buying the vehicle. It's about 17,800 pesos, so close to $400 to ship your car from the port of Manila to ship it here to our province. The total cost for our car was like $12,872, so about close to $13,000 for a new car. One thing I did notice on the invoice, they have a pretty high tax here in the Philippines for the vehicle. It's a 12% tax. So the tax on the vehicle was like 68,000 pesos on a new vehicle. So that's close to $1,500. So I thought that was kind of high for tax, but you know, it is what it is. We all have to pay taxes. There's no going around that. And then I also had to pay 17,000 in insurance for the first year insurance, and that's full coverage on the insurance. The only good thing is, like, since it's a new vehicle here in the Philippines, when you buy a new vehicle, you don't need to. The registration is good for 3 years.